What is going on today, guys? Welcome back to an episode of WNN, your source for the music and music production news. Got some plugins. We got free plug data plugin. We got random news, TikTok shutting down very soon. Before we get started though, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here for more updates like this. In our first story, ZYNAPTIQ is now doing early access for their new plugin named Punch. It is an intelligent dynamics contouring plugin. They claim it adds organic musical punch and contour to your sounds. They claim it is built on their expertise in source separation, signal statistics, frequency domain processing, and filter design. Punch adds anything from airy snap to beefy long attack, compressor, overshoot, impact. What a sentence. To smooth dynamics contouring to your audio easily, quickly, and with ZYNAPTIQ quality. They claim it works well for individual sounds or complex material such as fully mixed music. And it doesn't matter if excessive dynamics processing was already added. So they're basically claiming it's better than a regular transient shaper, because it applies processing to all sound components separately, with up to more than 100 bands of exquisitely injured filtering. And then there are two algorithms, and they claim it has a transparent sounding output clipper. There's an adjustable release time. They claim you can also add airy presence, mid-range twang, meaty oomph, and give your sounds more contour or reduce overcompression effects on mixes. So you can reduce overcompression. That's very interesting. There's a crystal and a smooth processing algorithm, and it's based on either 10 or 100 plus super clean minimum phase bands, respectively. Don't know why it says respectively there. It's got frequency dependent processing, it has oversampling or a multi-band output clipper, and the processing is zero latency. So it'll be available for sale on January 15th at the price of $169, but you can get it for early access right now at the price of $79. So there is a free trial if you're interested in that. I think I'm gonna take them up on that. I'm gonna take them up on that personally. We actually have some good news, guys. Teenage Engineering reversed the strike against Audio Pills, the creator of the series Bad Gear. If you want more background information on that, check out my last two videos. We still do not know the reason why they struck down this video or Decimal's video. If I had to guess, I still think it was some sort of mistake, and I'm not trying to give them any sort of leniency here because I do not really like them to begin with. But that makes the most sense to me, especially with how much criticism they receive on a regular basis. I'm guessing they thought it was a pure re-upload just based on the match of content. It's probably like an 80% match of visual content. Sadly, I do not think they have reversed the strike for Decimal yet. If they did, I could not find it. I'm assuming all the noise that was made is what got their attention, so good job, guys. Me, Scott, whoever else talked about it. I have messaged them asking why they strike their videos, and I have not heard back. If I ever do hear back from them, I will let you guys know in a future update. In our next story, we have some time travelers here selling us a smooth jazz guitar plugin. If you don't believe me, the website. This is by Audio Lounge, and it's called Smooth Jazz Guitar. Yeah, I gotta say, that is one of the most creative names I've ever seen. So they claim it is your sound for unmistakable jazz moments. Jazz it up. Experience the essence of authentic archtop guitar tone with the Smooth Jazz Guitar plugin, designed specifically for smooth jazz lovers and producers. Based on legendary GB10, this instrument brings the soundscapes of smooth jazz, lounge music, and funk directly into your DAW. So for those of you that do not like to actually play guitar or can't, I guess this is for you. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't sound that bad. All right, let's check out a couple more of these. I mean, it sounds fine. For the price, though, I don't know. We'll see what you guys think about it. It does have a pretty authentic sound to it. Like, it does sound imperfect in a good way, I guess. But yeah, it's pretty expensive. It's roughly $130. They're 119 CHF. No demo. There's a mod wheel, and you can change the different layers here. So I guess you can layer piano with it, vibraphone, flute, Scatman. He's a Scatman. You guys know that one? You shouldn't. If you do, you're probably pretty old. In our next story, we have a free plug data patch from BRISTOW. He's been killing it lately. Plug data is a free plugin that you can use that has a bunch of great things for it. I still am planning to do a video on it. Haven't had time yet, but it's coming. It is coming. This one is called EB-SPECTRALDELAY.
Together.
This is EB-SPECTRALDELAY. Inspired by FL Studio's multiband delay, this plugin separates the spectrum into 15 bands, each with their own delay, feedback, and spectral control.
Gotta say, you can't really complain for a free plugin. It'll be linked down in the description if you want to check that out. Reminder, you need to get plug data in order to use it. In our next story, it looks like NAMM 2025 is still happening, even though there are the LA wildfires. To anybody in my audience who is in LA, or has been in LA, hope you stay safe. I know they're trying to blame a lot of things on me right now, you know, destroying the black community, destroying the synth community, but I promise you, I did not start the LA wildfires. Personally, I'm probably not going to go to NAMM. I need to save up some money. I got some other things happening. Also, I think there may be a few people there who want to kill me. But I will be there in spirit, I promise. Any sort of news I catch wind of, I will report on it. So the NAMM president and CEO has released an official update on this. We're closely monitoring the wildfires in LA and their devastating impact on local communities. During the past 3 days, our efforts have been focused on reaching out to our members and partners located in the metropolitan Los Angeles area to confirm their safety. Our thoughts are with them at this time. Anaheim is located 60 miles southeast of the wildfires and is currently unaffected. We're actively working with our partners in Anaheim and the local authorities to ensure we have accurate, up-to-date information. Both Los Angeles International and Orange County John Wayne airports have remained fully operational. Based on the latest information, the 2025 NAMM show will be able to take place as planned from January 21st to 25th in Anaheim. It's interesting how it takes place on the day YouTube payouts happen. Generally, YouTube payouts are on the 21st. Maybe it's just a coincidence, I don't know. We've pushed back the badge allotment deadline to Friday, January 10th for all member companies. And of course, we'll offer any additional accommodations needed for our members and attendees in LA who are affected. We know the road to recovery will be long for the communities affected. NAMM and the NAMM Foundation are committed to supporting the needs of our members and partners in LA through this unprecedented tragedy. Nothing really funny about that. In our next story, we have Grimes crashing out. Just a little fun one here. Anthony Fantano, over a month ago, tweeted out, LOL, he's rapping over a Grimes sample. And the reference here being Netspin, rapping over a Grimes sample. And all of a sudden, a few days ago, for some reason, Grimes was like, yes, it is, you spineless twat. Of course you're too much of a pussy to tag me, lest I see your aggro remarks. Why am I having to see this now? I would have assumed I muted you. I think somebody forgot to take their meds for quite some time, because I think not taking your meds for one day wouldn't have this effect. Dude, why are you mad? The remark wasn't aggro, nor is it any kind of point of debate, which is why you aren't tagged. He's right. I mean, he was really... I know a lot of you guys probably don't like Fantano, but he's not wrong here. I mean, she's totally spurging out. I don't know what a better way to put it. It's just that Netspin was the last place I expected to hear your voice. I'm not surprised people would want to sample your vocals in general if that's what you think. Very interesting crash out from her because she's very anti-hate. So to just spew a bunch of hate at somebody clearly not hating, beautiful. In our next story, we have something that makes BRISTOW look not so great. You know BRISTOW, they're often cloning or making inspirations, as they say, of quite a few different pieces of hardware. Recently, they made a inspiration of Roger Lynn's Lindrum. So Uli Behringer sent him a Lindrum in August of 2024, giving him a chance to try it out. In some ways, it seems kind of odd to send a product that which you have copied from someone to the person who you have copied. So he says he took it apart and it even copies much of my Lindrum sound generation circuit. And even the bad ideas like the inability to tune any drums except the snare, toms, and congas. He claims he found it confusing and difficult to use. And he said he was given an unfinished manual. He reads his manual. It's worth noting that Uli never asked my permission to either copy my visual design or my drum sounds. Though in 2020, he did kindly invite me to collaborate on a future drum machine, and I respectfully declined because of my concern about Behringer's past business ethics and legal practices. How do I feel about the limb drum? My feelings are mixed. On the one hand, it's not unusual for companies to borrow ideas from older products in order to inspire a new and innovative design, which I've done in the past. Plus, my old sounds are all over the web. On the other hand, even if we discount the copying of the visual design, logo style, and sound circuit of limb drum, the limb drum copies my sound. So I'd preferred for Uli to ask my permission, even if he thinks it's legal. I question whether it's ethical, which I think is like really the main concern as far as Behringer goes, is the ethics of it. Probably a lot of what they're doing is legal, but is it ethical? I don't know. I feel like it was a lot more ethical when they were remaking synthesizers that were no longer being made. When they start copying affordable products though, I would argue it's not as ethical. It just seems like they're trying to run everyone else out of business. He did find it interesting that it was only being sold for $3.99. He took it apart and looked at what was inside of it, and he seriously doubts they're making any money from it. And he suspects that people are not willing to pay too much money for this to begin with, and that is why they're probably selling it for a low price. We have an update to a previous story here. For those of you that do not know, TikTok is actually going to be banned on January 19th. And we are pretty close now. At the moment of filming, it is about 9 days away. So it will shut down unless the United States Supreme Court overturns the ban. I'm gonna be honest, it's probably not happening. So they either have to sell it to somebody else, which they may do after this, and maybe bring it back. I'm not 100% certain, don't quote me on that. So the Supreme Court is scheduled to hear arguments from them on the Friday, the 10th. So I guess we'll see what happens. It's bittersweet. I don't know, on one hand, I kind of don't like TikTok. On another hand, it actually has an interesting algorithm that gives you a better shot than you really get on other platforms when you have no following. But it's also caused a rise in gimmick music, people making things specifically for rage bait in order to get people sharing it. Which, don't get me wrong, that was a thing before this, but I feel like it's only gotten worse with TikTok. Another thing too, Kevin O'Leary, the guy from Shark Tank, is revealing his plan to potentially buy TikTok. So that could be something that happens too, because if they sell it to somebody in the United States, then it doesn't have to shut down. Personally, I don't really care. I've never really used TikTok a whole lot, but I do have an account. Follow me there if you would like to. Okay guys, that is it for this video. Make sure to like, subscribe if you're new here. I feed my family with likes and subscriptions. If they starve, it is your fault. It is absolutely your fault. Make sure to check out my second channel if you haven't. It'll be linked down in the description, as well as my Discord. We have a thriving community that is not toxic at all. I'll see you guys next time.